Curious CBus is WOSU's project where you submit your questions about our region, its people, or its history, and we assign a reporter or producer to investigate it. This week's question comes to us from Ryan Hudson. Ryan lives just a few blocks away from Minerva Park, a village on Columbus's northeast side. Ryan says Minerva Park doesn't look or feel like any of the surrounding neighborhoods and wrote to us to find out more about its history. Today, Minerva Park is a quiet residential neighborhood, but over 100 years ago, it was home to a roller coaster, a water slide, and a casino where gambling was prohibited. The history of Minerva Park can really be traced to one man, Gary Waldo Meeker. At a public meeting in 1891, a group of Westerville residents complained about spotty train service into Columbus. At that meeting, Meeker suggested an electric rail line with service to the city. 4 years later, Meeker was secretary and treasurer of the Columbus Central Railway Company and piloted the first train car south from Westerville. In an effort to boost ridership, Meeker thought up the idea of an amusement park along the line that would draw visitors up from the city. So on July 13th of 1895, Minerva Park opened its gates. The park was named after Minerva Shippard, the wife of the railway company's president, John Shippard. At the time, 15 cents would get you a round-trip ticket and admission to the park. The 150-acre park was a scenic getaway, perfect for a quiet picnic by the lake, but also included attractions such as a roller coaster, a bowling alley, a merry-go-round, a nature museum, a pony track, and a small zoo with monkeys and bears. But the park's biggest draw was its casino. Despite being called a casino, games of chance were prohibited and no alcohol was served. But the building did house a 2,500-seat theater that staged elaborate productions and hosted some of the biggest vaudeville acts of the day. The success of the park was short-lived, however. By 1900, the newer Olentangy Park opened up in a much more convenient location just a few miles north of downtown. Minerva Park couldn't compete and was shuttered in 1902, after just 7 seasons in operation. After that, the park fell into disrepair and became a graveyard for old streetcars. Before his death in 1917, Gary Waldo Meeker pleaded with city officials to preserve Minerva Park as a public resource, but that never came to be. The land remained quiet until 1927, when construction began and the Minerva Park subdivision was born. In order to preserve the neighborhood's character, homeowners incorporated it as a village in 1940. Those efforts ensured that the small lake that swimmers and boaters enjoyed over a century ago remains in Minerva Park today. Do you have a question for Curious CBus? Head to wosu.org/curious to submit your idea, vote on which question we should investigate next, and see what we've covered so far.